So I don't really know. Like, I don't really know if I'm gay or bi. And I don't really know how much of an issue that really is, though. I mean, to some extent, I feel like I should be able to identify within a certain category, you know, as my own personal, you know, this is what you are. It's my own personal identity. But I mean, at the same time, like, I mean, I don't really care about what other people think or how they want to categorize me, if that makes any sense at all. But it's really for my own personal identity, so that I can fit and do what I think that I need to do. But I guess that kind of falls into stereotyping in a sense. Because if I feel like I'm gay, then I should fall into this specific category of how I should behave and how I should act and how I should sound and how I should dress and like how I should brush my teeth and, you know, that kind of shit. And I think that's something that I've been struggling with, because I've only really come to terms within the last even God, how long has it been? 9 months. 9 months. I've come to the conclusion that, like, this is who I am. And it kind of sucks because, here I am, I'm 20 years old, and these are feelings that are new to me. And it's like this entire year has been an identity changer for me. A little backstory, I mean, when I was younger, I used to have boyfriends, and these weren't like, play date, come over, we play G.I. Joe. We're talking like a lot of kids when they're younger, they like to explore one another in forms of like Doctor and however the hell games that they play now. And I did that when I was younger with women, but I did it more so with guys. In fact, I know there's a lot of gay guys out there who would like this particular story that I have. But me and this dude named Chris, we were probably like 8 years old maybe, and we would play like this little fantasy game in the closet, no shit, where we were playing out this fantasy of guard and prisoner. I don't know, and I really like that guy. He was like, if I can picture him now, if he looked almost exactly the same that he was back then, I guarantee you that guy is at a strip club, dancing at a pool, because he is like the twink. He is like it. If you looked up twink in the dictionary, that would be him. I mean, short blonde hair, good body, like twink. But yeah, so, and even in high school, like, I had little boyfriends, but that itself was a journey as well, because, like, I mean, meh. High school was a journey, and it's almost like the same fucking journey I'm having now, except when I was a freshman in high school. When I was a freshman in high school, I was attracted to a couple guys, and I pursued them, and nothing really happened out of it. Like, I remember this dude, his name was Ryan as well, and we would skip geometry class, and we'd go outside and go smoke cigarettes, and like, I don't know, like, despite the fact that he smelled like shit, like, he was a good looking dude. I don't know, there was something about him. There was like this mysterious type of aura that he had. But yeah, no, I mean, when I was in high school, I had like this decent support system. You know, comprised of basically like ex-girlfriends and mostly women. Like, for some reason, I have more women friends than I have guy friends. In fact, I have like one guy friend, and I have like 12 women friends. Which is like, it's totally like I guarantee you, like, you pick an average guy, an average gay guy off the street and say, hey, how many, give me the ratio of guy friends to women friends that you have, and they're gonna almost give you the same fucking ratio that I have, which is like 1 to 12. So that kind of ran off on a tangent there. Let's see what else. But yeah, so like in high school, I had like this support group, and you know, we would go to the mall and we would go to various places and we would check guys out, and with my lesbian friends or my bisexual girlfriends at the time, we would check out women too, and I didn't really have any issues with it. Fuck, we went shopping like I can't even tell you. Like, I remember the girls took me to this place called The Buckle, and we went shopping, and I probably spent like $300 there on like a pair of pants and a shirt and an undershirt. And it's about the same pricing today. In fact, you know, 14, 15 years later, I'm still shopping at the fucking same store. So yeah, I had the support group, but then my freshman year, I ended up being held back because I failed one class, and the administration hated me because I wasn't really a kid that I was deemed a bad kid, but like I wasn't really a bad kid. Like, I just didn't really take to authority very well. That year, I lost my support group because my appendix exploded, and I was out for approximately 3 weeks. Combined with the amount of time I had in ISS and sick time that I had taken off, basically skipping school, because I fucking hated the teachers so much, that they were going to hold me back again. And I said, fuck that, no thanks, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And I got my GED like 6 months later, and you know, it was good. I mean, it sucked that I lost everything. In fact, I mean, after that moment, I didn't really talk to anybody. Like, all my friends, except for like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them, yeah, about 3 of them, like, we stuck together for 14, 15 years afterwards. But like, the support group that I had for me coming out as bisexual or whatever the hell it was, like, that was gone. I lost that. So like, you know, fast forward 14 years, and in between that, all I had was like straight relationships with women. So for 14 years, I didn't have any support group until after I was done with all of my schooling. 8 years through school, I got my degrees, and I got the fuck out. I moved back to my home city, which is Austin, Texas. And I was able to meet an ex-girlfriend who came out as lesbian during that time. So we were able to reminisce and talk, and she was like, so have you come out yet? And this is like the second time I met her. Like, I mean, for granted, like, we clicked like that, but I was like, fuck, you know, like, I didn't really even think about it, because like, here was somebody who knew me like that much, like back in the day, and like all of the shit came flooding back, like everything from like childhood, fucking middle school, fucking high school, like it all came flooding back. And that was approximately about 10 months ago. And it's been a hell of a journey, and I'm sorry for like the horrifically long backstory, but I mean, I almost kind of feel like, you know, people need to understand at least a little bit of where somebody's coming from to have like a decent answer to their question. And mine's like, my question is I don't know, like, if I'm straight or bi, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like I can be in a relationship, like a very, very happy, like long-term relationship, and and all my relationships with women have always been long-term relationships. We have had, well, I mean, there's a couple of them, but I mean, there's like fuck buddies and stuff like that, but the vast majority of them, I mean, Christ, I spent 8 years alone in like 2 relationships. Like, one was fucking 4 years, and the other one was approximately 4 years. So, friend zoned all the time by fucking women. And that's something that I don't really know either. Like, are they picking up? Like, are women picking up on this shit, and they're not telling me? Like, I don't really know. Like, that's how I feel, anyways. Because it seems like I've been on like 6 dates this year alone with women, and like everything's like very promising. Like, it seems like it's very, very promising. Like everything comes off okay. And I think, okay, well, this is going to lead somewhere at some point, possibly down the road. But then it dries up and dies away, even though I'm following all the pseudo rules that everyone pretty much abides by. I don't know. But yeah, all of them pretty much failed. But then, like, every time I meet a gay guy, then it's like, I guess it's something that really only like gay and lesbian people can understand. Like, the relationships are completely different. Like, a straight relationship is very, like, almost like emotionless, you know, like from the start. And to some degree, it's kind of like that too with gay relationships. But then there's something that fucking happens. There's like this switch that just goes, and then like all these emotions come out, and like the other person feels them too. You know, like, it's almost like this subconscious fucking like psychic fucking energy, and I don't believe in psychic energy, but I'm just using it as a metaphor for the situation. But then there's like these sparks. There's like this psychic energy, and everybody can feel it, everybody can see it, and then all of a sudden it's just like poof, you know, like you're almost a couple, like within moments of the psychic energy forming, and like it's like, what the fuck? I mean, it's interesting, I'll give you that. I mean, I did have my first gay relationship this year. But yeah, I met this guy, and it started off very slow, very casual, like, oh yeah, that's cool, what kind of Xbox games you play? Oh dude, I love that game, that fucking game rocked. And, you know, then it was kind of like, hey, you know what, I'm watching this movie on Netflix, I mean, you want to watch it with me? And like, yeah, alright. Dude, oh man, this movie reminds me, you know, like, he'd call me up, or I'd call him up, and it's like, you know what, that movie reminded me of this movie. Do you want to watch this movie? Sure, alright. So, like, we'd sit there, and our, like, little characters would come and, like, and, like, sit next to each other, and, like, we would sit there and, like, throw up little fucking, like, smiley faces and shit. And it was kind of like digital flirting in a sense. And then I remember, like, I mean, he was totally cute. Don't get me wrong. Like, this guy was, I thought he's very eccentric, very cute. And I just remember one time we talked, and like, it had changed. You know, like, it was the same person, but it wasn't. This was like, you could feel the emotion. Like, it's like psychic energy shit. Like, whoop, flip, okay, relationship mode. Like, and things progressed very, very quickly from there. And it was good. It was really, really good for me. I think it was kind of like, for somebody who's 28 and coming out, I think that was a good, decent first run. I mean, even though it only lasted like a month and a half and it was long distance, like, I was able to grasp the emotionality of it, because for me, I feel like I can't be pushed into a relationship with a guy because of the way that I was raised, the way that I grew up, which is in a highly conservative household, where my parents threatened kicking everybody out. Like, I have 3 brothers and 1 sister who is a lesbian, and at every and I'm the oldest, by the way. So at every opportune moment, they always like to pull the, well, I'll kick you out, I'll cut you off kind of card. I mean, it sucked growing up, and I'm 28, and I haven't bummed money from them in probably over a year. They don't pay for anything. I mean, I have my own fucking house, for Christ's sake. But they have that way, you know, it's your parents. They have that way of just fucking making you miserable as shit, even though you're, you know, not really part of the family. I mean, you are a part of the family, but you're not, like, in the house. You're not doing the shit. And I mean, I think it's kind of like, I don't want to disappoint them, in a sense, and I don't want to bring their wrath down, because my family has quite a bit of money, and it sounds kind of fucked up, I know, but like, I don't want to lose out on something like that. I don't want to lose out on like $300,000 in the next 15 years. So I'm not sure how the fuck I got into that anyways. So yeah, I don't feel like I can be pushed into a relationship with a guy, because to be honest, I think I'll probably run away, especially if they move too quick, because the whole thing kind of scares the shit out of me. Like, I mean, I did have my one gay relationship, you know, my one gay adult relationship, and it moved at a slow enough pace that I was able to keep up with it, and like, I was cool with it. Like, I would have done anything with this boy, and it wasn't that long ago I met this guy, and it just seems like things progressed so quick that I wasn't able to wrap my mind around it, and I kind of got afraid, and I basically ran away. I mean, he wasn't necessarily my type. Like, he was a decent guy, fucking really, really needy dude, but I mean, a good guy. Of course, he didn't have a car. He was fixing to lose his house. Well, lose his apartment anyways. And yeah, and he didn't have a job. No, he lost his job too, so he didn't have a place to stay, he didn't have a fucking job, he didn't have a car, so that was kind of like, well, look, dude, you don't even meet my minimum, what the fuck word am I looking for here? my minimum standards for dating or having a relationship with, so there's no chance. But it was like the second time I met this guy, we got intoxicated, and I was doing a nice thing. Like, I went to go drive him home. I drove him home, went up to his house. I was like, hey, okay, well, drove him home. We got to his place. I was like, hey, you know, let me go ahead and walk you up to your door, because that's something that I do. I mean, I'm not a jerk. I'm like, hey guys, have a nice day, you know, like, you know, like I spent like the last 4 hours with you, and you know, I just want to say goodnight, like, whatever. Like, I had no intentions, like, no fucking intentions at all. Like, you can't spend that shit, because like I'm saying, like, I wanted to get into this very, very slowly. So we walk up to the door, and I'm like, you know, it was like really, really fun talking to you. It was really nice, you know, meeting with you, and we kind of like reminisce a little bit. I was like, all right, well, have a good night. I went to go give him a hug, and like, it didn't even fucking occur to me, like, it didn't even occur to me, like, he was like, okay, well, it's kiss time, you know, like. And like, he's a tall motherfucker. Like, I'm 5'10", so like, I'm an average height guy. Like, I'm an average built guy, and this tall motherfucker, fucking, you know, 6'3", like, towering above my ass, like, fucking this much so. And like, gave him a hug, and I went to pull away, and then like, there was that tug, and I was like, oh. And I look up, and there he is, and he's smiling, and I'm just like, oh shit, alright, here we go. First adult gay kiss. So he leans down, fucking, I kiss him, and I'm just like, wait, you know, I should not fucking do this. Like, I want to do this, but I shouldn't do this. Because that moment of fear, you know, came about. And I was like, look, no, look, I can't do this. No, let's just talk about this tomorrow. So like, I did, like, I kind of told him basically the same shit that I've been telling you. Like, I gave him my backstory, I tell him all this shit, and you know, like, I know, like, in gay relationships that shit kind of happens. Like, everybody wants to know, like, you know, once you're entering into a relationship, like, okay, like, how comfortable are you as gay? Like, are you fully out? Are you partially out? Like, are you out to just some people? Like, are you fucking fully in the closet? Like, you know, it's stuff that you need to know, so that you don't really fuck shit up. Like, blabbering your fucking mouth on Facebook or something, you know. Like, last night was really great. Like, I hope you wear that fucking Speedo again or some shit. Like, and then his mom comments on that shit. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's also drama can fucking ensue. So yeah, anyways. So that's just. I think that's like a regular conversation. I mean, you tell me. I don't really know because I'm fucking new to this shit. But yeah, like, I just kind of want shit to go slow, but at the same time, like, I think it's almost like that cold water, you know, like, you go to the river and you know that shit's cold. Like, put your foot in, you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty fucking cold, and then as you're walking out, like, it gets fucking colder, it's getting colder, like, you know, like, as soon as you sit down in this shit, like, your fucking balls are gonna freeze off, your nipples are gonna get fucking super hard, and you're just gonna be fucking shivering there for at least, you know, like, for a minute or two. So, like, I don't know, like, if this is, like, one of the scenarios where it's best to, you know, go slow, take the pain a little bit, or just fucking jump in. But I'm afraid, like, if I jump in, I'm gonna fucking jump back out. Like, really, really quickly. Like, the coldness is gonna get to me, and I'm gonna fucking jump. But I don't really know, because I mean, I don't have fucking experience in this, so it's really kind of up in the air. So I guess, like, really, like, I know there's, like, a lot of coming out stories, and this isn't really a coming out story so much as it is, like, don't know. I'm just kind of looking for advice, really. The girlfriends that I have that are gay, they say that I'm fucking gay, but I still don't know. Like, the emotionality, I think that's really what it is. I mean, I don't really know. Like, I mean, if I can have sex with women, I mean, I can have sex with fucking transsexual people, but I mean, does that make me a pansexual? Does that make me bi? Like, is your sexuality completely determined by who it is that you can have sex with, or is it really by the emotionality? And if it's by sexuality entirely, then I am a bisexual. But then if it's by who I would have sex with and emotionality, then I guess I'm gay. Like, because I've never had a straight relationship, except for like when I was maybe 16, that I ever felt that way, the way that I felt in that long distance relationship. Like, it was so strong, and it felt so right, and I was like, every night that I went to bed, like, even though he wasn't here, it was just like I felt warm and cuddly, and like everything was good, you know? I think what I need to know is I don't have like gay guy friends. I think that's what's so fucking weird. Is like, you know, like I have married straight girls as friends. I have divorced straight girls as friends. I have lesbians that are friends. I have bisexual women that are friends. But like I have like one straight guy friend. I don't have like any gay guy friends. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not able to like ask them like in depth. Like, dude, like tell me, like, how does it go? Like, how did you know? And like, would you fuck a chick? And you know, whatnot. Like, I almost need to find somebody who is kind of on the same track as me. Someone who, you know, about my fucking age range. Like, I kind of, you know, the conversation I have had with gay guys is like, you know, they've all like come out like when they were so fucking young, like the age that I was trying to come out as, and it's like, that's cool. I mean, that's really cool. Like, I give a lot of props to that, but at the same time, like, okay, I understand. Like, you were in high school, you probably dealt with a lot of shit. Without a doubt, you dealt with shit, the social conforming bullshit. You're an outsider because you fucked somebody else. That's, you know, of your own particular gender. So that gives with it a bunch of bullshit. But at the same time, here I am. I'm 28 years old. I have a huge history with women. Most of it successful, but some of it fucking not so much. And I need somebody who is kind of like on the same path, who, you know, came to the conclusion what the fuck they were, so that I can, I don't know, like have a basis. Like, okay, well, that person ran into this, and that person ran into that, and that was his conclusion, and you know, maybe this has something that fits me as a person. I don't know. Like, I don't fucking have that. So it would be really nice if I found that person. Not just for talk, but yeah. Anyway, so it's fucking 12 o'clock. I need to get my ass to bed.